Good morning. I hope you're doing great. So I recently paid a visit to Mutanabi Street and Old Coburn Market in Baghdad, and I wrote a short article about it. I want to read this article to you because it's going to help you with your reading and vocabulary. We will learn from this article a lot of vocabulary within Iraqi folklore and Iraqi context. So let's read it. As I stepped off the bustling streets of Baghdad and onto the cobblestone path of Mutanabi Street, I was immediately struck by the vibrant energy of the area. The crowded marketplace was a riot of color, sound, and motion, with stalls and shops lining both sides of the streets as far as the eye could see. I made my way through the throngs of people, marveling at the wide variety of goods on offer. There were stalls selling everything from fresh produce and hand-woven textiles to intricate gold jewelry and ornately decorated pottery. The air was filled with the pungent aroma of spices and lively chatter of vendors and shoppers alike. As I walked, I couldn't help but be drawn to the rows of bookshops that dotted the street. I had come to Al-Mutanabi Street specifically to buy some books, and I was eager to see what treasures I might find. I browsed through the stacks of books in one shop after another, marveling at the sheer number of volumes on offer. There were dictionaries and language guidebooks of every size and shape, their covers adorned with intricate designs and elaborate lettering. I leafed through several of them, taking note of the useful phrases and grammar lessons they contained. But it wasn't just the language books that caught my eye. There were also countless children's books on display. Their brightly colored covers and whimsical illustrations beckoning to me. I had always been a fan of children's literature, and I couldn't resist the urge to flip through a page of these volumes as well. As I looked through the children's books, I was struck by how beautifully written and illustrated they were. Many of them contained charming stories that captivated my imagination, with lovable characters and engaging plots that kept me turning the pages. But beyond just being entertaining, I also appreciated the way these books helped to teach important lessons and foster critical thinking in young learners. I was particularly struck by the way many of the children's books on Mutanabi Street used vivid imagery and engaging storytelling to introduce kids to new concepts and ideas. Whether it was a book about science, history, or the natural world, these volumes seem to have a way of making even the most complex subjects accessible and enjoyable for young readers. In the end, I left Mutanabi Street with an armful of books, including several dictionaries, language guidebooks, and a number of children's books that I couldn't wait to read to you in the next episode. As I made my way back to my home, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the vibrant and bustling marketplace that had provided me with such a rich and varied selection of literature. Al-Mutanabi Street truly is a magical place, full of endless possibilities and endless discoveries. Look, in this short essay or article, I introduced to you more than 50 new words. These head words are going to help you improve if you write them down in a notebook. I spend hours and hours trying to chisel down the most common words in English. So I introduced them to you. So please be a little bit grateful by returning that favor and writing down the words and reviewing them and sharing the video. Because eventually and ultimately, the purpose of this video is to help you learn English, to help you speak the language. So if you don't take the initiative by yourself, nobody else will do. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in another episode, inshallah.